see how quickly and quietly you can find yourself all alone.
Stop squirming!
That's a bloody cluster of corpses. And quite fresh. Seems I have a secret admirer. You maggot! You made me what I am today. Well, you and the voices in my head. They're getting louder, but I can't hear you anymore. You're up now! Shut down! I am your ruin! Keep that down! I'm in your head! You made a terrible mistake! That's us! Escape! You are beaten. Serve me! You men are too weak-minded for me! Unworthy. You cannot mark me! Cover my retreat! Every orc I enslave bears my brand. Hot iron on seared flesh. Soon I will brand you as well, and show all of Mordor I own you.
You are mine! You serve me!
I heed your voice, my lord! My lord!
Submit! You are powerless!
I'll end you!
Surround him!
Feel the talk!
Omar, you still there? Omar, all my shit's upgraded now, son. With fire! What is it, Omar? Is this guy flameproof? He must be like flameproof. He's taking no time. Alright, before this guy dies.
I was the one who did things that made the other Uruks turn pale. But when you shamed me, you crossed the line.
So good about it.
Give me some spore, human, right? Weak as a babe.
Omar, this guy's soft in the head. I'm gonna purify you, my friend.
You need to grow tougher skin, man, boss. All I did was betray you.
The Ranger took down Rook.
Nobody betrays me, Omar. Nobody betrays me, Omar. Not on my watch. Bring back my aura. No. Callan Brimbor betrayed me. The guy who was attaching himself to me. The ring is now on a girl. I don't have any fucking ghosts with me now. It's just me. And I bring these motherfuckers back from the dead now. Right, sir? My hunter betrayed me and I killed him for that reason. Omar, they learn a hard lesson when they betray me, Omar.
Isildur's ring has great power, but you diminish with each year you wear it. Soon, there will be nothing left.
You understand, Omar? Hold on. I'm eating an ice cream sandwich, Omar. You ever had those before? Omar? Or you like strawberry ice cream sandwiches? I had them before. They're alright. I need the regular ones. Very sweet, the strawberry ones. Oh God, Omar, please. You know how I feel about him, Omar. I'm not a big fan. Omar, what does he do that's so good? Mumble rap or no? Auto tune or no? That's two questions. You ready? Two questions I've asked you, Omar. I don't know if you have a solid answer for either. But I do know one thing. I asked you two questions. I used to do auto-tune. Don't tell me Drake never did auto-tune. I used to hear it in some of his shit back in the day. Don't fucking tell me he didn't. I used to hear him mumble rap the shit out of things. With his weak ass freestyle. With a fucking sheet of paper in his hand. Hitting on Doris Burke from fucking ESPN. Ugh. And this is your idol, Omar. No, I mean Drake. How you gonna hit on a lady that's 50-something years old, Omar? When you're in your 20s, how you gonna do that? That was cringe, Omar. Look it up on YouTube. Drake hits on Doris Burke. Man, I saw that shit live watching the game. I was fucking embarrassed for mankind. I can't stand that auto-tune mumble rap shit, Omar. Like, I'll give you that, Omar. Like, if you're just looking for J. Cole, that's one thing. I understand you're a fanboy. I actually don't hate J. Cole. I listened to his stuff. It was alright. Not for me, though. Some of his stuff's alright, but he's a little too much with the race card shit. He buys into that systemic racism shit, which I don't. But his rap is alright, though. He's got good metaphors here and there. And I like the fact that he talked about the industry. But I'm not a big fan of Omar either. I ain't gonna lie. He's better than the others, but. Because at least it's like he writes his shit and stuff, but. To be honest, Omar, I'm not a big rap fan, man. Like, I don't really like rap music. Like, I'll be honest. Like, other than, like, a few artists of the past. Like, 3 or 4 artists, and that's it. And I'm like, I'm not even a big fan of them too much, Omar. Like, seriously. I'm not, this is not my music, man. Yeah, I like people that play instruments, that actually have, like, talent and shit. Could sing without auto-tune, write lyrics, and play instruments. Question: Do they play in it? Do they play their own instruments? Yes or no? Of what you send me, I'm not gonna even look. Is what you send me? Do they play their own instruments? Is number 1. Number 2. Do they write their own lyrics? Number 3. Do they mumble rap? Number 4. Can they sing? That's it. That's all I care about. I don't care if they could even rap. Can they sing? Can they write their own music? Do they write their own music? Do they write their own instrumentals? Do they, are they real music? Do they play an instrument, Omar? If they don't play an instrument, it's like, what am I listening to? You'll see as you get older. I'm telling you right now, Omar. I was just like you when I was a little kid. When I was a little baby like you. I used to love hip-hop all the time. Yeah, well, if they're not playing instruments, then all they have to do is memorize lyrics and perform. And it's not hard to do that, Omar. Like, seriously, it's a very easy and lazy way to make music. Now, as you get older, Omar, you will see as you get older, you're going to appreciate musicians who create their own music or can play what do you call it? They listen to their own music, Omar. I mean, they can play their own instruments. They have good songs. They become timeless. You see, over a long period of time, people love them more than anything. You're going to see that as you get older. Because, unfortunately, as popular as some of these artists may seem on YouTube with a younger community and stuff, that does not mean they're popular in the world the way you think. It's only with really young kids. And when kids get older, they kind of lose their popularity. And the same thing goes with, like, Justin Bieber is an example of that. Justin Bieber was very popular when he first came around. He's still popular, but he lost, like, a lot of his fans kind of went, like, they kind of disappeared from him because he is kind of like a liked but not liked artist. And a lot of the reasons why he's not liked is just he's not very talented. That's what it boils down to. He could sing somewhat. He can't really play instruments. He can't do any of the choreograph he tries to do. He's not Bruno Mars, that's for sure. And forget about other dancers like Usher and Jackson. He can't even touch them. He's not very masculine. He's not very manly. He could sing average at best, and his songs kind of appeal to young teenage girls more than anything. So, at the end of the day, when the girls become women, And when the boys who probably don't like him to begin with become men, they really won't watch him. Now you have an artist that's just never going to be somebody that 30 years from now you're going to say, oh, he was a good singer, that guy, or he was good. People are going to be like, oh, remember Justin Bieber? Ugh. I mean, this is what, like, I don't want to be a part of that, dude. Like, I don't want to be part of, like, somebody that, I'm seeing it happen already. I'm seeing these artists diminish as we go. Personally, that's why I appreciate artists that play instruments, that write lyrics, that do things like that, because it's a lot harder. And also, not only is it harder, but it's worth watching. It's like a movie in a way, right? You're watching them play instruments, you're watching song structure. I mean, as a guy that likes to dabble with making music at times, I like to look at the structure of a song. And honestly, Omar, if the artists that you send me don't make the structures of their song or don't play instruments, it's just like, what the fuck am I listening to, man? Yeah, sometimes. And it's like, Omar, as you get older, you're gonna see that, Omar. Like, it's lazy, it's marketable crap. It's like okay, let's take 10 guys and we put them on a line, right, Omar? Who looks like the guy that can make the most money? Oh, that guy, Drake over here, before Drake was known. That guy with the short haircut, he looks like he can make money. Pick him. Okay, listen, sir, we're going to do this for you. We're gonna write these songs for you. We're gonna make these beats for you. All right. What else are you gonna do for me? We're gonna give you this money, and we want you to just show up and perform on stage and look your best. Work out, do whatever you have to do. Stay in shape. Don't get fat. Wear nice clothes that we're gonna give you, because you can't wear your own clothes. We have to give you that. And you're like, all right, man. What else you want me to do? That's it. You're an industry puppet, okay, Mr. Drake? I'm an industry puppet. Cool. That mean I'm gonna make some green? Yeah, you'll make some green. We're gonna make the bulk of the green. Us white bread record owners and record labels and the people who run behind the scenes, we're gonna make the most of your bread, but you'll get a percentage of the revenue. Alright, that's cool. Better than slinging drugs on the street. Oh, please, Drake, you aren't gonna sling drugs. You're probably gonna go to a college because you were from suburbia. Alright, but nobody need to know that. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Drake. Nobody needs to know that. We're gonna pretend that you're Doug to some degree, right? Because that's what sells. And you're gonna do everything that me, as the white CEO, is going to tell you to do. If I'm the white CEO of Virgin Records or Sony Records or whatever, I'm gonna tell you how to become you. And you are going to be an industry puppet. Do you understand, Drake? Yes, sir. Yes, massa. Okay, and that's the bottom line of the music industry, Omar. Until you actually see that and care about stuff like that, you actually are the problem too, Omar. You fall for that type of shit. And it's kind of like, I don't know, man. At my age, it's hard for me to fall for this stuff anymore. Like, I mean, in my day, when I listened to Eminem and Dr. Dre and stuff like that, they weren't just puppets, man. They came up from the gutter. Eminem came up from a trailer park. I mean, I listened to Tupac. These guys were fucking killing each other on the street. This shit was gritty, man. And then when I listened to rock, you had alternative gay shit, like... You had alternative gay shit like Blink-182, right, Omar? Remember Blink-182? You had them. You had all sorts of shit like that, right? That would... I didn't like that music either. But then you had cool stuff like Metallica back in the day, Guns N' Roses. These were people that went against the grain, okay? Nirvana was one of the first grunge groups that went against the grain. Now you have, and then you started getting Blink-182. And what did Blink-182 do? I met a girl in a skater park. She had green hair and was Democrat. So what I do, I asked her out today. I asked her out today. I asked her out. And like that, if I'm going to listen to something like that, I'm going to just fucking take a knife and slit my wrist. Like, seriously. So, like, I don't know why people gravitated towards that music. And I don't know why people gravitate towards industry puppets. And yeah, that's why I don't hate J. Cole. I like the fact that he speaks against that. I think that's your best bet for somebody that you should listen to, probably, because I always told you he's not bad in that sense. So, like, personally. But when it comes to, like, all this other stuff, Omar, like, people that don't play instruments and, you know, and don't stand for anything and are just literally marketable... what's the difference between that and a mobile game and a mobile video game? Like, think about it. Like, if you took, like, a best-selling mobile game, right? Like Candy Crush. What's the difference between Candy Crush and Drake? Really, if you can break it down. Like, what is the difference? Because both make large sums of money. Both break all sorts of records, okay? Both who are into either serious rap or hip-hop or serious gaming do not want to play Candy Crush or listen to Drake. So tell me now, what's the difference between Drake and Candy Crush? That's what I just want to know. They're both extremely marketable, right? One is monetized up the ass and makes its money, and the other one has, you know, ridiculous ticket prices and makes its money, but yet they're like the same thing. Candy Crush and Drake is the same thing. And that's when you will realize eventually, Omar, is why it's hard to like these type of groups and games and stuff like that. I can't play a game like Candy Crush and enjoy it. I can't listen to Drake and enjoy it. I just can't. Be right back. And to be honest, Omar, thank God for J. Cole. I mean, I'll be honest, Omar, thank God for people like J. Cole standing up against that shit. Because I'll be honest, like, I kind of like J. Cole for that reason, even though I don't really like rap that much anymore. But I like the fact that he stands up to it. I like people who stand up to crap, you know, that's happening. Like, you know, that's why I like what Warner Brothers did with Henry Cavill in a way, right? I gave them a lot of credit for that, and The Rock. I like what The Rock did with that. People that stand up against the grain, Omar, these are corporate industries that are going to run the world. Is that what you want? Do you want your father coming home with an Amazon shirt on or a Google shirt, because they'll be the only two companies left in the world? And Drake will be under Amazon or Google, because that's what's going to happen. When two companies run the world, that's what's going to happen. If you ever watched the movie Idiocracy, that's what happens. Only two fucking companies run the entire country. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Like, that's the way we're going. And that's why, like, you want to listen to people like J. Cole over someone like Drake, because at least they bring awareness to the subject. Do you understand what I'm saying, Omar? Like, they bring awareness to that subject. If the subject is talk against the grain because everybody's jumping on a bandwagon, and the bandwagon is kind of a corporate money-making machine that's not really making the artist the money, but making the corporate the money. The fact that you'll have people like at least J. Cole that will fight against it is not a bad thing, okay? And that's why I appreciate that. But at the same time, he still doesn't play instruments, and I don't like that. So, I mean, but at least I appreciate what he stands for. Now, as for, like, you know, whether or not the group is bad or good, you know, look, if the music just sucks, what are you going to do? Like, if they could be rock bands out there that just suck. Like, I'm not going to like them because they're just not good, in my opinion. Like, they don't play good music. But at least they tried. I'll respect the fact they try to play instruments. But if they just can't play, or then go home, you know? But why did the alternative music, like Blink-182... it's not the same thing, because making an instrumental track is something that... It takes talent to make a good one, but to actually... play an instrument is a little different. I'll tell you why it's not the same thing. Because an instrument not only do you gotta write the song, but you gotta play it too. Okay? Whereas once you finish the beat, you kind of can just run it, right? At that point, right? You can have somebody mix it up and stuff, but it's not the same thing. Oh, it's cool. All right. Look, I'm not saying the guy. Look, I'm not saying he can't play instruments. I don't know him enough to say that, but I'm just saying that a lot of times these hip hop artists don't really play instruments. A lot of times, I mean, and some of them can make great beats. I'm not. Look, Dr. Dre is one of the best instrumental beat makers that I've ever seen, and he plays piano. Okay, and his instrumentals are ridiculously good. But it's still not the same. You take a really good instrumental from a rock band that's playing it live on top of it, there's like a different feeling, man. Although, look, I will put Dre up there with some really good rock bands because Dre knows what he's doing, and I'll put, like, you know, there are some beat makers that are really good, man. Like, you know, some instrumental makers, like, but one more, you know, meh. That's what, like, the whole genre, meh. Yeah, Dre could play. He's classically trained. I saw him on the, you saw him on the Super Bowl halftime show. He could play. And Dre also taught, like, Eminem a lot how to make beats and stuff. So, you know, I'm just saying, Omar, like, I'm not just trying to shit on things you like, man. I'm saying as you get older, you're gonna see these things, like, dead ass, Omar. I understand you're excited for things, and sometimes I forget how old you are, Omar. Like, seriously, like, I forget your age. I really feel like I forget your age sometimes, you know? Hold on, let me call up the Chinese. Ah, are they closed? Oh, why are they closed? They can't be closed. Let me see. I wanted to order Chinese food. Most of the places are closing now. Shit, man. I may have to get halal or something again. I don't want halal again, man. What are you gonna go for a ride in a little bit? Maybe I'll get like McDonald's or some shit. Ooh. Yeah, but not now, Omar. I'll listen to it later. I don't want to listen to music right now. I'm a little bit in a mood. Can't you tell, Omar?
That filthy sneer. Get behind him!
If I have to get food, everything's closed, man.
The trespasser uses fire! Kill you! Let me be, unbeliever!
Everything's closed, man.
I dominate you.
I want to play Age, but I feel like they're not.
Fight for me.
Mine is the Dark Lords! Attack Impossible! How can filth like you best me?
Omar, if I had like maybe halal, it's expensive over here to halal. I could get Burger King. I'm not in the mood. It's like everything I eat is a poison, I feel. Like, I want like something healthy, man. Things like fried and shit. It's not like you know what I mean? What are you gonna do? I don't know. Can't always get what you want. I'll just be hungry. I could go to the supermarket. They're still open, but they close at 11, I think. But there's supermarkets that are open 24/7. I know where they are.
These archers will not guard you for long, Orc.
What are you gonna do? Sometimes I just like to take a ride, you know, or it gets me out of the house. It feels good. Look at these, they're so stupid, these ones. They fucking walk into fire and shit. Who's the superhero and who's the transformer? I don't know too much research on Transformers, but... Sawdon!
He's the target, not me!
Every singer needs a song, and every song a chorus. I'll sing your death till my last day, as long as you don't bore us.
No. I don't think I said Captain. I think Captain America's a very good, tactician and shit. I don't know if I said he was better. I don't know too much about Optimus Prime. See, unlike Steven, or some people, I don't like to make, outrageous claims of who's better or not, when I don't know.
Wherever there's strife, the singer is there. He slaughters and slays with such merry flair. I sing this song with all my breath. Take heed, for this interlude ends with your death.
Get that sword!
Let's sing. Not so fast, you leader. Let's sing. Taste it. Let's sing.
Well, let's say in like Superman doesn't prep either, and he does. So what if Superman preps for Iron Man as well? And you saw what Iron Man needed the Hulkbuster suit, and did that really work with Hulk? No. And Superman is probably just as strong as Hulk, if not stronger. So, and Superman has the Fortress of Solitude, which he can prep with Kryptonian technologies as well. So I would say probably Superman, because the minute that suit fucking gets cracked open, Iron Man has no shot. So I don't care if Iron Man uses fucking a kryptonite suit or some shit, which I don't think he'd be able to get his hands on. Not for long. I think it just held Hulk back. That's the whole thing, is that it's like, you gotta remember something, Omar. Characters like Superman and Hulk are like limitless strength, okay? So if you look at Flash, Flash is the Speed Force pretty much, right? He's unlimited speed. Well, Superman is the Strength Force, okay? He's unlimited strength. That's it. In the DCEU, in the DCU, actually. I don't know, the DCEU or DC Comics, but Superman is kind of known as the Strength Force. Right? Same thing goes for Hulk. Even though Hulk is MCU or MC or just Marvel, Hulk gets angry and gets stronger. Right? That was always a thing. The angrier the Hulk gets, the stronger he gets. And that's why Iron Man could have, the perfect suit, and guys like Hulk and Superman are gonna bash through it eventually, and they're very resilient. They don't die. Hulk and Iron Man can fucking crack planets and shit. I mean, I'm sorry, Hulk and Superman can crack a planet, okay? Superman can crack a planet too. So with that type of power, I don't really see Iron Man standing a chance. I hate to say it, but if Iron Man was bad and he was blowing up buildings and holding Lois Lane hostage and had no fucking, was like a bad guy, it'd give Superman a hard time. Because Superman would have to save a bunch of lives on top of beat Iron Man. You know what I mean? But other than that, I'd say Superman. But I will give Tony Stark credit in one area. Is that Tony Stark is extremely smart. He's like almost Lex Luthor type smart. So, with that being said, he might, I don't know, Tony Stark might come up with something to really hurt Superman or detain him. I don't think he would, but he might come up with something. Because I can't rule Tony Stark out. I'll be honest with you, I can't rule him out, because he's up there when it comes to intelligence of the universe. So, I mean, of that universe. So, I can't rule him out 100%. I will say if it's... Yeah, but 3-day prep isn't a long time, Omar. So I still think Superman. If it was like a month prep, then now you're getting into a harder game. Because in a month prep, I think Tony Stark may come up with something in a month, man. He may have fucking expedition dig teams getting kryptonite as much as he can. He may fucking have like a kryptonite fucking repulsor beam or something at that point, and that could do some serious damage if he lands it on Superman. So, and also Tony Stark may come up with all sorts of plans on how to distract Superman, which all he would need is a good distraction to really. So, I mean, I think it would take like a month of prep, really, for Tony Stark to have any chance. And that's just to say that Superman won't see this coming, and that Superman had no prep at all. Because if Superman was prepping for a month for Tony Stark, I think that's gonna, give Superman, somewhat of an edge too. So, that's my opinion. But I won't rule out prep. Look, Omar, when it comes to people who prep, I can't rule out prep people. That's the rule of thumb in comic books. If people have really good prep abilities, like Dr. Doom, Tony Stark, Batman, people like that, they could really prep. You can't rule them out 100%, because that's kind of what they're known for. That in a prep situation, they're almost like unbeatable, right? But they're not perfect. Okay, here's another example, Omar. Take guys like Steppenwolf and Darkseid in Doomsday, right? And you said, okay, Batman with prep time versus Doomsday, who'd win? You'd probably be like Doomsday, right? Batman with prep time versus Darkseid, who'd win? Most likely Darkseid, right? Batman with prep time versus, Steppenwolf or Zeus or anything like that. You're most likely gonna say those guys, okay? But when you add Superman into the mix, a lot of people like to say Batman would beat Superman, but the problem is that you're forgetting the fact that Superman beat most of those guys, okay? Superman beat Doomsday. Superman beat Darkseid. Superman beat fucking, Zeus and all. Like, Superman had one-on-ones with gods, dude, okay? And Superman a lot of times comes out on top. So when you look at Superman's resume of how many overpowered beings that he destroyed or fucked up versus Batman's resume of OP beings that Batman couldn't even touch, yeah, Superman has him beat. Batman fucking struggles with humans, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he has problems with fucking, Joker and Riddler and shit like that. Like, fucking, I mean, Superman's always fighting, like, fucking Brainiac or fucking, So you can't really... I'm just saying, like, again, you can't rule Batman out. He's extremely clever. And the same thing goes with Iron Man. You cannot 100% say that Superman would curb stomp them. I think with enough prep time, they definitely would give Superman a hard time. But a little bit of a hard time at the very least. But I still feel Superman would come out the winner. But depending. Now, are you saying that they have prep time, but Superman doesn't? Like, Superman's unaware that they're gonna fight him? Because now, that's Batman and Iron Man and those type of people who do prep with prep time, while Superman has no prep. Now, that's a difference. If one hero preps for the other, but the other hero doesn't prep back, now you just have prep time with this guy and no prep time with Superman. Now, if you gave Superman prep time, he could use technologies and armor. He has, Superman has different suits and stuff that can block kryptonite and things like that, okay? So, like, if you give Superman 1 day of prep versus Batman's whole month of prep, chances are Superman will fucking destroy him with 1 day of prep. So, a lot of people like to make this argument that, Batman, all this prep time could maybe fucking stop Superman. But that's just Superman meeting him in an alley. Batman with a month of prep time and meeting Superman in a fucking alley. Yeah. I don't think he would stop him, but he could probably hold them back a bit, right? Well, if you gave Superman a heads up that, listen, Batman is looking to fucking kill you, and he's been prepping for a month, and you got it's 28 days, you got 2 days, Superman. Superman, with his lightning fast fucking reflexes, in 2 days, can get more than Bruce Wayne done, okay? Bruce can get more done to prep in 2 days than Bruce Wayne took a month, okay? Because Superman would be going at fucking lightning like the Flash speeds on prepping, right? Forget about it. Superman could, he could zip to fucking Wayne Manor before Batman even gets out of there. Use his binocular vision, fucking put a hole through Alfred's head, then there's so many things Superman could fucking do. So it's like, you can't, that's why I laugh at these prep arguments, because it's like you say to yourself, yeah, if they have prep time and Superman doesn't, and he's not aware, because he's not a telepath, and we know that, if he's not aware that you're prepping against him, and you get the drop on him, yeah, you could probably give him a hard time if you have kryptonite guns and gases and Hulkbuster suits and all sorts of shit like that. Yeah, you could probably give Superman a pretty fucking nasty fight. But I don't know, man. I still think he could hold his own. He regenerates fast as long as the sun is fucking there, man. Unless you fucking block out the sun somehow. Like, if you figure a way to fucking block out the sun, and then, get a month of prep on Superman and get the jump on him and kind of drain him of his powers, because then he's like a battery in a way, right? And then once the battery's kind of drained, and if he can't get recharged by solar energy because you blocked out the sun somehow, that would be a pretty, I don't think Superman could come back from that. I think he may die. Like, if you have somebody of, Wonder Woman's strength, let's just say, because she's pretty powerful, and let's just say Bruce Wayne figured a way to block out the sun after a month of prep, right? 28 days of prep. And then Wonder Woman was fighting Superman. Superman... I would assume would be more OP. Captain America with Flash's speed or Captain America with Superman's strength? Well, Captain America has very good planning strategies. So what would help better for Captain America? Would it be unmeasurable strength? or would it be unmeasurable speed? In Captain America's case, it might be the speed, Omar. And I'll tell you, reason why I tell you that is because Captain America has like almost outer-worldly tactical skills, and if he can do those, if he could set things in motion at like the speed of the Flash, he may like never lose a battle, right? Because he may not need strength at that point, because his mind is extremely tactically advanced. So he always like knows what to do. Like even Dano said, his tactics feel almost outer-worldly. So if he has like quote-unquote outer-worldly tactical strategic abilities, and then you add like the Flash's speed to him, he would probably get things done at a very like scary rate. And with his tactical mind, depends if he has a moral clause or not. Because Captain America is a weird type of guy, man. If he had no morals, if he didn't have a moral clause, like if he had no morals, he could probably fuck Superman up if that was the case. Because what he would do is he would figure out plans upon plans upon plans on how to stop Superman. And with the Flash's speed, like he'll have Lois Lane dangling from a building, dropping. Superman catches her, but when he catches her, it turns out Lois Lane's coat is made out of kryptonite. And then when Superman gets sick, Captain America will already be at the floor that Superman's falling from a building, and he'll catch him with something. And then like Captain America is the type of guy that will, if he had that level of speed, he will be constantly catching Superman in a trap over and over. And if that's the case, that would be a very interesting battle. But at the same time, Superman has super speed too. So, and all it would take is Superman to basically laser one shot to his heart, to his chest or something, Omar. He's not invulnerable, and he could do all these traps he wants to Superman, but all it takes is one curb stomp. Again, stamina he would give Superman a super hard problem, but stamina would win the fight, and Superman's stamina is almost limitless. So he would give Superman a horrible fight with that. With super strength, Superman just would fucking kill him anyway, because he could be super strong. Superman would just probably be stronger, and and just punch for punch, Superman would wind up winning, and Superman would use his speed and his lasers and everything else. So super strength ain't doing shit. But with super speed and a tactical mind, it would definitely give Superman a battle. But it's hard to. That one's a hard one to say, because again, that you're talking. Does Captain America have a moral clause? Is he the good Captain America? Is he doesn't give a fuck Captain America? And how, what's his fight like? What access to things does he have? Does he have all of like Tony Hawk's the Avenger Tower, like all that money and technology at his hand? Did he have prep time of his own to acquire kryptonite at mass levels? It would have to be a lot of stuff for Captain America to have in order for him to stop Superman, even with the Flash's speed. Could he do it if he had all the right stuff? Yeah, I think he could, because he's that tactically sound. But it would be pretty hard. I think my breakdowns are pretty accurate, Omar. Like, I'm not a fanboy all the time. I know you think I'm a fanboy, but no, I do a pretty accurate breakdown, man. Yeah, I try to do a pretty semi-accurate breakdown, because, I respect what the superheroes can do. Captain America's tactical ability is really.
So I can continue cleansing Mordor of abominations like you.
Oh, this fucking guy came back. Really?
Conviction makes you weak.
I'm surprised Sauron rewards his failures.
My conviction turns your strikes. We will.
Tell Omar. I like him. I think he's cool, but I also grew up with him. I understand. A lot of people don't like him. Some people think he's too overpowered. Some people think he's... You know, some people don't like him. It's fine. I don't really care. You're entitled to not like somebody. I like him. I respect him because he was the first superhero ever made. That's why. He's the first superhero ever put in a comic. Like the first mainstream Superman, you know? Which is a big deal, you know? He was made during a time of World War II, like that, when people were losing hope. And he was invented by two Jewish guys. When hope was, you know, people were losing. Well, he's got that old school suit, Omar. You know, that's the shit back then. People thought stuff looked good back then. You know? But he was invented by two. I ain't fucking taking no Iron Man over Superman. Hell no, man. Superman's way cooler. Omar, people cheer when they see Superman, man. Fucking Iron Man was a second-rate comic until Robert Downey Jr. made it decent in 2006, okay? Nobody fucking cared about Iron Man, believe me. It was Captain America was much more popular. Wolverine was very popular. The X-Men actually were the most popular. X-Men and Spider-Man was literally the most popular. And then Captain America and like the Hulk would be second. Iron Man, oh my, nobody, when I grew up, right? Nobody cared about Iron Man when I grew up. I'm not even lying, Omar. Like, nobody cared about him. Until like 2000, whatever. When did that movie came out? 5 or 6? Robert Downey Jr. made everybody like Iron Man. They used to have an Iron Man cartoon they would play, and it did like horribly. They would play it like Saturday morning sometimes. Or Sunday morning, actually. It didn't make Saturday morning. X-Men was on Saturday morning. Iron Man would be on some weird channel like Sunday morning. It was, I'll tell you this much, it wasn't a terrible cartoon. It was okay. I thought it was kind of cool. But a lot of people, when I grew up, did not like Iron Man. Because there was no movie, you know? You gotta realize, Omar, there was no movie, and the comics were really boring. Tony Stark's in the comic is not like Robert Downey Jr. in the movie. It's like Robert Downey Jr. is way more wittier, and he talks more. Tony Stark in the comic is kind of like a bland motherfucker. Like, he doesn't have, like, much of a... He's just got the stupid little mustache. I can't explain it, but, like... In the MCU, they did a much better job with Iron Man than the comics. Like, normally I would say the comics do a better job, but in Iron Man's case, I would say the MCU really skyrocketed him up. Oh yeah. Well, Robert Downey Jr. actually did good. You know, he did a good Iron Man. He made him, you know, witty and but he brought like depth to the character. The character kind of sucked in the comic, man.
It's not my problem, it's yours. Ooh, finally! I got just one question for you, Tak. Would you describe yourself as rare, medium, or
I have an
well
Iron
done?
Man hero clicks. 225 power. It's pretty high, actually.
Be quick!
understand, Omar.
I am honored to be
You don't have to have a favorite. It is what it is.
I figured as much.
Omar, your favorites are gonna change all the time too. You're gonna just be in the mood for one guy or not. Like, you really use this Arrow still like your favorite? Oh, I just hope Marvel doesn't fuck him up. So far, Wolverine's been in pretty good movies, so if Marvel fucks him up, then hey. And Marvel has been fucking up everything lately. I heard Wakanda is a joke. I heard, you know, people already not liking Wakanda. There's a lot of cringe scenes, even though the movie didn't even come out yet. But from people that got like sneak peeks on it, there's lots of cringe scenes. I heard so. Yo, Marvel just has a tendency to ruin everything lately, so we'll see. And now this is DC's chance to actually have good shit. And we'll see if they fuck that up. Chances are they'll fuck it up too, so. I'm not hopeful anymore, Omar, with things like this. I even think they may fuck up the new Superman movies. They'll find a way, you know? It's like nothing is good anymore. I don't know if you realize that, but nothing is good anymore.
Don't trouble yourself with all these other orcs. This one here will kill you before they even get close.
No, Omar, I'm not saying it's funny. I said it was cringe, Omar. Cringe as in, like, just, like, bad dialogue and shit, you know? They changed Namor to Namor or some shit like that. Okay, they completely reinvented his character to be part of a Spanish culture thing. Because, you know, why not? Fuck Stan Lee in the MCU. And, as for Wakanda, she's kind of like a twat. She was mean to some other, just some cringy, like, mean scenes where she's like, you could come here two ways. You could come here unconscious, or you could come dead or something. Like, I don't know what the fuck she's saying. Or like willingly or unconscious. It was just like weird, you know. We have to see. I have to like really see if that movie's gonna be good. I am very doubtful. I don't think they're going against men so much. Hopefully they don't do that. They learn their lesson from She-Hulk a little bit, but doesn't mean it won't be cringy. But hopefully they learn their lesson from She-Hulk, you know, because She-Hulk was, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give She-Hulk like a fucking 1. It was that bad, almost like a 1 or a 1.5, possibly 1.5 on a good day. I can't subscribe to superheroes anymore if they're gonna keep doing that. If they're gonna keep ruining superheroes, I'm done, man. I can't subscribe to that shit. It's embarrassing for men. It's embarrassing for young boys. It's embarrassing for parents. It's just some bullshit. It's rhetoric, man.
I am Naz'Ghul. All at once now.
I know, but Omar, like, see, when you get to my age, and when you've seen, like, so many damn fights in superhero movies, like, I've seen fights, Omar, from superhero movies since before you were born, okay? And they were pretty good in those movies. So, at this point, I'm not, like, thrilled about fights in superhero stuff anymore. Like, I don't care about that. Like, unless it's really good. Now, I heard that. Steven says they did Moon Knight pretty good, too. And it's also, like, he's, like, mental or something, right? Like, he has, like, but he's not mental. He's talking to... I know, I heard they did a real good job with it. I heard that. So I'm not gonna talk shit against it. I don't even know it, but... But me personally, I got very upset with what they did with She-Hulk. I can't believe that the guy, who's the guy that's the head of Marvel, Fogarty or some shit, whatever the fuck that guy's name, but he shouldn't have green-lighted that, man. He said, there was a time where he actually didn't want to green-light it. He was like saying like, he was trying to say that they were being too mean or something like that. Like they were being like, they're gonna alienate the fans. Which they should have listened, but then they made a parody of him in the last episode or some shit like that. So they didn't even give him a fuck. What a fuck. I'm sorry, Omar. People like that are dicks. Those women on that show were dicks. I'm sorry. They tried to be quirky and funny and shit. They weren't quirky. They weren't funny. Because every time that they tried, they did something equally as horrible and cringe the next scene. So it doesn't work like that. Like you can't be Deadpool one scene and then be like this fucking piece of shit the next scene. It doesn't, you know, and against like all sorts of identity politics in the next scene. You know what I'm trying to say? It doesn't work.
For what you did to Bruce. More to the point, to make it look like a gentle caress.
I don't know. Whatever, man. Well, hopefully the MCU doesn't fuck up that shit. I don't thank She-Hulk on that.
You think you can terrorize and torture your way across Mordor and no one will take you to task for it? Well, that ends now. Ends good and proper.
Swear loyalty, Orc. I will be your chosen. Yes, yes, I have your back. Not long now. Gotta expect the unexpected.
So that's why I have problems with these shows online. I just don't like the way everything is going as of late, you know? If there needs to be a change. I do like what's happening with Warner Brothers and Henry Cavill, but hopefully it's good. Because just because he's in it doesn't mean it's going to be good, because they could just totally fuck something up, you know? It's at the point where you just don't know anymore, you know? I'm fucking dying left and right because I'm fucking hungry. I need to go. I'm not paying attention. I need. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta take a ride and eat or something. I'm not fucking paying attention here. I don't know if you'll still be up, but I gotta go for a ride, man. Maybe I'll leave the stream on. Omar, Omar, you know I'll destroy it, right? Like, I'll fucking... If I do She-Hulk, I'll, like, rip it down so bad. I ripped down Rings of Power kind of bad. I would probably rip down She-Hulk worse, most likely. I don't want to make my channel about woman hating and shit, though. Omar, I'm not a woman hater. Even though you may think I am, I'm not. I actually like women. I'm not gay or anything. I do like women. I just like the old ways of things. I don't like this new weird shit that they keep pushing down everybody's throats. That's... Maybe. Let me see what my thing is at. How many views? Let me see, Omar. I probably won't get too many views because people just go to my channel for music, man. But it is content reacted, right? So I wanted to make it be about... Wow, 32 views, 2 days. So it's actually getting there, a little bit, 32. Believe me, that may actually shoot up. It may look like it's going up slow, but it may shoot up because a lot of people saw the show and didn't like it. So I'm not worried about that viewership not shooting up, to be honest. I was cursing a lot. I'm hungry, Omar. If I pick up halal. Let me pick up the halal. Try something a little different here. Yeah, hi. Can I get lamb over rice with extra meat and no salad? That's it. 21, thank you. Okay, Omar. If you stay in the stream, I'll come back. I'm gonna pick up some lamb over rice. Omar, do you like lamb over rice? I think I'm a little cranky, Omar. I'm sorry if I'm being cranky. It's just I'm fucking like hungry and tired. I was supposed to work, I think. Alright, Omar. Alright, I'll stay in the stream, I guess. I'm gonna mute it.